about yourself, you are the best in English. You are the best communicator. Speak out without any hesitation, without any problem. At this time I am speaking. So I am not a well-known YouTuber. You know, I am not a well-known YouTuber. Yet I am trying. Because I don't think about result. My desire is not to be the biggest YouTuber. My desire is to give knowledge to the public. I am for the public, I am of the public, and I am from the public. Isn't it? So if you gain something from my creation, so it's a good deed. I don't think that I should have million of subscribers. I don't think, because if we do anything with desire, it does not happen. Are you getting? So guys, that's it for today. Jai Hind. Actor, actress, cricketer, singers, all commit mistake while speaking in English, but how they speak with confidence. So similarly, you can also speak. What you need to memorize, you are the best. If you underestimate yourself, you cannot speak out. For speaking English, you need to have courage. You need to have power. You don't need grammar. With the help of grammar, you can't speak in English. If you are thinking that, sir, we need to learn grammar, it is your misconception. Change this and have confidence and speak at random. Don't think about a specific topic. Think about you have to speak at any moment or at any time. And if you think Hindi, if you think, sir, we watch Hindi channels, then we will speak. It is not possible. Hindi, I am not criticizing Hindi channels. Hindi to English teaching is also good. But you can speak by speaking. It is a universal truth. How many Hindi to English channels you can watch? I don't have any problem. But when you speak, then only you can speak. It is bitter truth. I am telling, but it is a bitter truth. So please don't think about others and don't think that you are committing mistake. Before thinking others, you think about yourself. You are the best in English. You are. Hey guys, Jai Hind. Guys, today's video is going to be very useful for all of you. Why? Because in this video I will explain you the easiest tense of English, which is called future indefinite tense. Then guys, today we will discuss about future indefinite tense. Before starting the video, I want to tell you one thing, that I will teach you each and everything in English. If you understand English, then you can be continue. If you don't understand English, then you can move away. Are you getting, guys? But I assure you, I will use very simple English. I will not use difficult English in my teaching. I will use simple English from which you can understand very easily. Okay guys, so I am starting the video. Look at, if we talk about future indefinite tense, then first of all we need to remember two things. And what are these two things? Look at, first thing, why to use. You need to remember two things. First thing is that why to use future indefinite, and the second thing is that how to use future indefinite tense. It means whenever we do any work in our life, then we should keep two things in our mind. First is that why to do, and the second is that how to do. So similarly it happens with this tense. Now listen, why to use future indefinite tense? There are two reasons. First one, for future events. We use future indefinite tense for future events. Okay. Second, for indefinite action. Second reason is for indefinite action. So first thing you need to memorize. What? We use future indefinite tense for two reasons. First reason is what? First reason is that for future events. Whenever we do anything in future, then we can use future indefinite tense. And the second thing is that whenever we do any work, any uncertain work or any unidentified work in future, then we can also use future indefinite tense. Now, these were the two events or two things from which we can use future indefinite tense. Now, I will tell you how to use future indefinite tense. Look at. So first thing is that we use future indefinite tense in simple sentence. We use future indefinite tense in simple sentence. Look at. First of all, we apply subject, then will or shall. Between will or shall, we apply one helping verb. These are helping verb or these are also called auxiliary verbs. Look at. With I and we, you need to remember, with I and we use shall. With I and we, what we apply? Shall. And apart from I and we apply will. Okay. Then verb, at the end object. So it is the simple formation of future indefinite tense. It is the simple formation of future indefinite tense. Next one is negative. If you want to format any sentence in negative, then you will use this structure. Subject, then will shall, not, then V1, then object. It is for negative sentence. First one is for positive sentence, affirmative sentence, and the second one is for negative sentence. Look at. With the help of example, you can better understand. I shall speak the truth. It means I will, what I am telling here, I am telling about future events. What I am telling here, I shall. So with I, we apply shall. As I have already told you, with I and we, what we apply? Shall. Then I shall speak the truth. So I am telling you this future event. What I am telling you? I am telling about my future activity. I shall speak the truth. So this is an affirmative sentence. This is an affirmative sentence. And next, he will not waste time. He will not waste time. So this is a negative sentence because I have applied here not. Okay, and this is also a future event. He will not waste time. Are you getting, guys? So this structure is used for affirmative sentence. This one is used for negative. Now third one is used for interrogative sentences. Like interrogative sentences, there are two kinds of interrogative sentences. First one is called simple interrogative and the second one is called double interrogative. Look at. In simple interrogative, we apply first of all helping verb. What we keep? We keep first of all helping verb, then subject, then verb, then object. And both two. This one is used for asking question. Look at. Third one, like interrogative sentence is used for asking question. And affirmative and negative, these are what? These are affirmative and negative. So affirmative and negative are used for answering. When you talk to someone, whenever you communicate with someone, then you memorize. You need to memorize these two structures are answering and and these two structures are asking the question. Look at here, you can see, will she speak English? So isn't it a question? Will she speak English? Then in this sentence you are asking a question to someone. Suppose there is a student and she has joined my coaching. Then you will ask me, what, will she speak English? Then I will tell you, yes, she will definitely speak English, because she has come here for speaking English. Then I will tell you what, she will speak English. Look at, she will speak English. So what I am doing here, I am answering your question. I am answering this question. So first interrogative is used for asking question, and second interrogative is also used for asking question. But in second interrogative, first of all we apply WH word. WH word I have already explained you in my previous video. WH word means those words which start either from W or from H. The words which are started either from W or from H. Like what is a WH word? What, where, when, what kind of, with whom, why. All these are WH word. H, how long, how much, how many. In this structure we can also ask question to someone. Look at, I am writing like, how will you behave in future? Look at, I have generated a question, how will you behave in future? So I am asking you what? I am asking you about your behavior. At this time you are behaving good and I want to ensure for future. Then I will ask you, how will you behave in future? Then you can say me, sir, I will behave nicely in future. At this time I am behaving good and I ensure you I will also behave good in future. And you can also use I shall. In spoken English we can use will, but in written English with I and we, what we keep, shall. It is only the difference. So these two conditions, above two conditions are used for answering, and down two conditions are used for questions. Are you getting? Because if you want to communicate in English, so why the tenses are made, you know? Why the tenses are made? For the communication. After learning the tenses, if you are not able to communicate, so it's not good. Tenses are made for communication. That's why I am teaching you how to communicate in tenses. In this two formation, you can ask question. In these two formation, you can answer very easily. I can ask you many questions. Look at. Suppose I will ask you, will you watch my videos? Will you watch my videos? So I am asking you a question which is depend on future. Isn't it? Then you can answer, yes sir, I shall watch your videos. Either you can answer, I shall watch your videos, or I shall not watch your videos. So answers are always given in affirmation or negation. In this way, you can communicate with anyone, but try to communicate in English. Next example. Suppose I ask you, will you help your parents? Will you help your parents? Then I ask a question, then you will answer me, yes, I shall help my parents. Isn't it? Can't you? You will answer in this way, na? So what is English? English is made for communication. I am asking you question and you are answering me. Look at, in WH word I can also ask you question. Look at, when will you wake up in the morning? When will you wake up in the morning? I ask a simple question to you. You can answer me, sir. I shall wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, or I shall wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. Whenever you want to say, you can say. Can't you? You can. Many question. Make many question. Then only you can speak. Okay. I will ask you, with whom? With whom will you speak English? I ask you a question, with whom will you speak English? Then you can ask me, you can answer me, I shall speak myself. Either you can answer, I shall speak myself, or you can answer, I shall speak with my teachers, or my friends, or my neighbors, whomever you want to speak. So, one thing is more, will not. Will not, short form is want. What is the abbreviation of will not? If you want to say want, so it is the short form of will not. And if you want to say shall not in short form, then you can say what? Shan't. What? Shan't. Listen. I want tell a lie. I am creating a sentence with want. I won't tell a lie. It means I will not tell a lie. Okay, and I can also speak. I shan't tell a lie. It means I shall not tell a lie. So, in place of will not, you can use want. In place of shall not, you can use shan't. I hope you must have understood. So, in this way, you can communicate. With the help of tenses, you can speak in English. But what you need to do? You need to speak. You need to take first step. After that, God will help you. It's my own experience. Look at, you don't think in Hindi. Think just a while, like I am speaking in English now. Just a while, you think only in English. In the starting, you will get some problem. In the starting, you will get some struggle. But after passing some time, you will get fluency in your communication. Until or unless you think in English, how can you express your ideas? Everything starts from inside. Everybody knows this. Everything starts from inside. Until or unless you start speaking inside, so how can you speak outside? So first process is this, you should start your communication inside. Then it means like an input. Then you can also have an output. And both are compulsory. And at the end, I want to tell you, at the end, what I want to tell you, speak without any problem. Speak without any fear. I can answer you, I'm telling you. I'm explaining you with practical example. Do you know celebrities, many actor, many actress? Do you know celebrities? So many actor, so many actress speak in English. So do you consider they speak correct? They also commit mistake. If you are committing mistake while speaking, don't worry.